see if I can get it to focus. Hitachi, simple drive. It's actually a really good hard drive. Oop, bump the camera. It's actually a really good hard drive, but the problem is you have to plug it in, and you have to use a USB 2, which maxes out at 30 megabytes transfer speed. So I came to a point where I was trying to figure out how to open this without damaging it, without like ripping the whole thing apart, and I couldn't find crap, so I figured I'd just do this video really quick since I spent about 20 minutes, got it all apart, and put it in my computer, and I'll show you that in a minute too. Okay, so first you go to the bottom, because that's where it comes apart at, and then right, see if I can get this to focus. Focus. Nope. Stay focused. Okay, so right here is where your ports and stuff are, and now this is too slow. Now if I hook it up to a SATA cable, it's 3.3 gigahertz, 3 gigabytes a second speed through a SATA cable. So you lift here, and this lifts up right here, and it'll come. It's recessed in a groove right here. I don't know if you can see that. So when you pull this up, it'll come up over that, and then it's going to have to go this way. So you have to like hold this up. Oops, sorry, that's already apart. So you have to hold this up so that, well, it's coming apart again. There's no drive in it holding it together. So you have to hold this like, crap, it's really hard. So you have to hold this so that it comes up above that lip like this. At the same time, you got to get like a screwdriver in this crack right here in the back and push it forward while lifting this up over the edge. It's a real pain in the ass, but it is worth it once you get this and slide this off. I actually broke one of the latches because I just was reaming on it. I wanted to drive out of it that bad. But you slide this forward, and then it'll come off. And then once you get that off, you'll see the chip inside of it. And that, of course, is where the power connects, and then where the SATA connects, and then the chip converts it into the USB 2, and that's where it connects at. And now the way it's held together is when there's a drive in here, it pushes on these pins, and they push out like that, and that pushes onto this Dremel part right here, creating friction so it doesn't fall apart. And these little latches are pushed by the drive that's in place like this, and they latch inside of the housing right here. So it's very well constructed. It's just not fast enough for like recording episodes and stuff, and I need more space than a 1 terabyte drive with my OS and all my program files on it. So once you get it to this point, which would be taking this off, and then there's a couple screws. I actually want to show that. So if I break it, I don't really care too much, but I would like to keep it just for the fact that you can take any other hard drive, and any hard drive will just sit in this. It seems universal pretty much. I will be back as soon as I get this off. That didn't take too long, actually. Okay, so once this slides forward like this, and you pull it off, this is just a piece of plastic that'll come off. See, I broke this one, so it actually doesn't even attach on that corner. Then there will be 2 screws here, and there will be a screw here attached to this part because it sits like this. So there'll be a screw there, and there's a screw down in this hole that attaches to this part here too. And so that helps hold it together. So once you get those off, this will come up. I mean, you could probably just pull it straight off of the drive, it won't matter. And then you can take these. I actually took these 2 screws out and pulled the chip off of the hard drive before I did anything else. So I had the chip off, and then I popped this off, and from there you have this framework with a hard drive in it, and it just slides out the top, and a hard drive sits inside of here, and these just sit inside the screw holes. Those just sit inside the forward screw holes, and then the bottom 2 actually screw in the hard drive, and the hard drive will just sit inside of this. And you can take the hard drive out, and then you just I just put this all back together and set it aside, and you can use it later, like I said, for some other hard drive that you just want to put in here, like a 1 terabyte that you find really cheap or something. You just wipe it clean, or used one you just wipe clean and you just throw it in here, and then you have an external 1 terabyte that you can just have sitting somewhere else for some reason. I don't know. This used to be for my laptop, and I didn't need it for the laptop anymore. I needed it in a desktop, so I took this apart. Let me get this big Thor case taken apart. I gotta unplug this fan. There we go. These big fans move a lot of air. Here, Aaron, hold that. Computer! Yay! Okay, so as you can see right here, this is the 1 terabyte. Came with the computer, has my Windows 8 on it. And then this is my 2 terabyte. It's actually quite a bit thicker. It gets a little bit warmer than the 1 terabyte. But other than that, in this case, it does pretty good with this big 230 millimeter fan blowing air right onto these drives. They stay pretty cool. I did have this one up at the top, as you've seen in my other video. But I had to move them around because I wanted this one to remain on this port, and this cable's longer, and it reaches down to this port, or this down to, I'm not following my hand with the camera, and it reaches down to this one on the back side. So I put the main drive down here and just connected it to the same port that I had it on, because the other cable that I had, because I just have the cables that came with the 1400Z, the other one I have connects here to the side SATA. I need a flashlight. Connects to the side SATA right there, and it's only long enough to reach this top drive bay. So I just put the 2 terabyte on here, and then the main system one right here, and now I just record my videos to this. And I did the benchmark on DxTory, and this one is 10 to 20 megabytes on average slower than this one to write, but they're still both over 100 megabytes. This one averages about 130, 140. This one averages about 110 to 120 megabytes a second write speed. So it's a little bit slower, but anything over 100 is perfectly fine with me. So just thought I'd show you that, and maybe the reason why you would take an external apart and then you would just throw it in one of these bays and just pop it in your desktop. Mostly because the 2.0 USB cord is not fast enough to record stuff. It's only 30 megabytes a second max, and on the benchmark I was only getting, I wasn't even getting 10 honestly. So popped it out, put it in here, and now I'm getting 100 plus megabytes a second write speed and read. So that's a reason. That's a really good reason to do it. I mean, this idea of putting it on, connecting it onto a 2.0 USB is just a terrible idea, because this is what is this? This is the first 2 terabyte 7200 RPM hard drive that came out. Hitachi beat out I think it's Seagate. Seagate I think had the 2 terabyte at 4500 RPM, and this one came out and it was the same space, so that wasn't like the first for a 2 terabyte drive, but it was the first that was 2 terabytes and 7200 RPM and 32 megabytes of cache. So this was a good drive, and the drive by itself is good, and people bought it like this, but when you bought it in the simple drive, it was simply retarded. So thanks for watching. Hope this helps somebody, and see you guys next video. Oh, and guys, don't forget to like, maybe share, maybe sub. Come February, I am certainly going to be getting, or trying to get, a 8350, and I will be getting a 212 Evo constant contact heatsink on a gigabyte, what is it, a 990 FXA UD3 motherboard. So that'll give me the option to expand to dual 7850s on a Crossfire. So yeah, definitely come back to see those unboxings and build and potential not posting of a computer that is my first build. That would be so disappointing. Just my first build and it never posts, and then I can't figure out what the hell's wrong with it. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Peace. No, that's a terrible ending. Alright, see you guys in the next episode.